Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? I hope that you're doing well. It is nice to see you guys. So, oops, just a second. How's everybody doing today? I hope that you're doing well. Hello, my beautiful Elaine. It is nice to see you. Hello, Diane. If Diane is here, just one second. We are going to start this off over here with Smile. Elaine, you can send your questions on in, sweetie. I have Smile from last night and Mimi that donated when we were closed, so their readings are still not done. So I'm going to start with them, and then I'm going to come on over and see you. All right? So here we go, sweetie pie. Just one moment. Alrighty. So let's start this off with our beautiful Smile. I'm going to go just one second. Oh, that is going to be Mimi. I need to go into PayPal. Alrighty. How was everybody's day today? Mine was very hot. Very hot. Very, very hot. Like yesterday we had like 40 degrees temperatures. Today again. Tomorrow's going to be cooling itself down. So I don't have a problem with 40 degrees temperatures, quite frankly. But yeah. Anyways, it's summer after all. So just hold on one tiny second. I'm still trying to log myself in. And we're going to start this off with our beautiful friend Smile. All right, like that. All right, and after Elaine, we're also going to have Love Shine. So nice to see you if you're around, sweetie pie. All right. Maria, sweetie. Hold on, Maria. Where are you? Maria, sweetie, did you get your reading last night, my love? It's nice to see you, sweetie. Yeah, my beautiful Maria, if you're looking for your reading, it has been done, and it should be into the timestamps of yesterday, sweetie pie. How are you doing, Angie? And how are you doing, my beautiful Love Shine? You did get it. Okay, perfect. I was just wondering. I'm like, oh my God, did you not get it? I'll go find the timestamp. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I feel better now. Okay, so Smile is up first, and Smile is going to be at 3 minutes 30. I'm just going to jot it on down. There you go. Mimi, Elaine, and Love Shine are on up next. So Love Shine, you can post your questions when I'm going to be with Elaine. So in about 5 minutes or so. Okay, sweetie pie? All right. And as for my beautiful Zaria, what do we got going on? What to expect to happen between you and Jay within the next 3 months. Okay. What can you expect? So what to expect to happen between you and Jay within the following 3 months. Okay, sweetie pie. Quite frankly, I feel like you are wanting a lot of things to be happening, but I do not necessarily see a lot of things happening. I see questions, I see possibilities, but I don't necessarily see something happening. So our Queen of Swords is here, and she's wanting. Oh, she's wanting. Our King of Pentacles is right down here into the middle, but the problem is my King of Pentacles ain't doing nothing. I don't like that as much. I know that we still have options and we still have decisions, which I do like because that kind of opens on in a little bit of a door to say, ooh, what if? But our Queens of Wands keeps on waiting. Jonathan does not seem to be really doing anything at this moment. So I'm going to say for the moment, within the following 3 months, I do not see him making any movement. I see him sometimes wondering or thinking about it, but sadly not doing it. So let's go see into your second question. Is going to come to see you. Considering the first response, logically speaking, again, you see it as something that we think about, but it is not necessarily something that we're doing. So I'll say no onto that one. Now, question number 3. Is there somebody who is jealous of you or envious of you and Jay's connection? If so, let me go and see. Honestly, for the moment, sweetie, I do see some type of a movement. I do not necessarily see any... I don't necessarily see anybody who's coming into the way of the connection who would be envious or jealous to be noted into the cards and say, oh my God, they're switching up the energy, they're doing something. No, I'm going to say no onto that one. And it's better off that way. Seriously, you don't really want somebody coming into the way who's going to be, you know, creating issues. In question 4, are you going to get your CDL license by middle next month? No, for some reason it seems to be end of next month. I'm going to say, that's not the one I wanted. I'm going to say, sweetie, within the following month. So not the mid next month, which would be mid-July, right? I feel like it's more happening beginning August, middle of August. You will still get it, just a little bit later. Okay. Let's go see if you're going to make a decent amount of money in question number 5. I feel like you need to get back into the, like we say, we need to get back into the best site. We need to get back into that original place where we're into the vibes, we got the connections, we're into the right company, we're making the right moves, we have the right properties, we have the stronger properties in order to go and actually make a fair amount of money also. And those are all things that are a little bit gained with experience, not just experience, but within time into a certain company. You kind of end up leveling on up, you get higher properties, everything as such. So I'm going to say, my sweet love, as much as I want to say yes, and I want to say yes to all your questions, I honestly do, I'm going to say a no. I feel as though, I do feel like you're progressing. I do feel like you will be able to have some sales. Is it going to be something extraordinary? No. I feel like if you want it to be good, it can really be good, but it's going to take the amount, the number that comes into my mind is 18, and it is 18 months. So if you stick with this and you follow on through, then it might be a little bit of a struggle, or you might not make as much money as you actually intended to, but you will definitely get those high-end properties within the following 18 months if you stick to it. And I am sending you much love, sweetie pie. Mimi's going to be on up next. Hi, my beautiful Tasha. How are you doing? Oh, does not love shine? You had the best date night. Oh, well, there you go. You had a nice dinner afterwards. You had laughed and you talked for a few hours. No phone. He listened to you. 100% his attention. Well, that is good, my sweetie pie. I did not once, and I was elsewhere, my love, but I will give it to you at this moment. But you don't really have to take care of it, sweetie. I got it, sweetie. Hi, Tasha. Nice to see you, love. Okay, so I'm going to put Mimi at 9:30. We are currently on Mimi. We are going to see Elaine, Loveshine, and Tasha. So Elaine, Loveshine, and Tasha are going to be the following readings. Hello, my beautiful Elaine. I do see an M saying that you did send me a message, so I'm going to go and look at it in just one moment. Maria, also, I shall be with you, my sweetie pie, quite shortly. So just give me a couple moments, my beautiful loves, and we're just going to move on down and come and see you guys. It shall not be too long. I do have you over here, my beautiful Maria, and I do also have your question, which is perfect. So I'm going to give out a little bit of a time frame for you guys, all right? Elaine, you're next. Love Shine, 5 minutes, you're up. Tasha, I'll say 10 minutes, you're up. Maria, I'll add an extra 5. In about 15 minutes, my beautiful Maria, you shall be up. So by, well, it's my 9:30, but I'll say about 15 minutes. If you want to take a break, you want to leave, you want to come back, up to you, my sweet loves. I'm just giving you a little bit of a time frame, so if you don't want to listen to me babble, 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 you can take a little bit of a break and, I don't know, watch something on YouTube in the meanwhile. That being said, I'll be with you, sweet loves, in just a few moments. So, my dear Juanson, the list is Mimi, Elaine, Love Shine, Tasha, and Maria. Right now, moving on forward with Mimi. Now, these are the readings from, last night, not answered. So, hold on. Just gonna go and pick this on up. And there's my Mimi. Hi, Mimi. Nice to see you, sweetie. No, you came on through last night. And I'm sorry, my sweetie. I got you. I've got you. So, let's do X. Let's do, what is let's do X, Mimi? What is that? Let's do X. Okay. I feel like I'm playing bingo or some kind of, adult game. Let's play the X game. Okay, so what are his thoughts and feelings for you now? We're going to go look at that. Was there not a show on TV called The X Games? I don't know who it was. For some reason. Never watched it, but there's something that kind of rings a bell. Okay. So, what do we have? Elaine, I don't know about you, but there was like tornadoes in some places over here yesterday. I kid you not. My trampoline, which is a heavy and really big trampoline, I kid you not, it weighs hundreds of pounds, was actually transported all the way to the other end of my yard. I kid you not. I noticed it this morning. It was nasty. When I was done the live last night, there was a Facebook post of my town saying, please stay within your houses. There is debris and branches all over the place. The rescue services working onto them. Stay into your house. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? Yeah, it was nasty over here, Lynn. I don't know about you. I don't know if you've got some nasty rain or what happened. That being said, I'm coming back to you, my beautiful Mimi. I was just talking about weather as I'm taking out the cards. That's all I'm doing. So, sweetie, to answer your question. Okay, well, this is it. Okay, so you say, he seems like he always has so many anger inside of him, always tries to talk, but end up talking about your son and mom, and then he'll start choreo again, right? I wonder, are you fated to be together or not? Yeah. Okay, well, this is it, okay? Your husband's thoughts and feelings towards you, quite frankly, I feel like he does carry some anger. You know it, I know it, it's there. So there is some anger that is there behind or beneath the surface, and often I feel like it comes from frustration, stress, layers. Coupled life brings layers of pain and resentment. And if you do not take care of it, it adds itself up into a place where at some point it tumbles on down like a tower. So there is frustration, there is stress, there is feelings of feeling overwhelmed with family dynamics. When conversations kind of touch on sensitive different type of topics like your son or your mom, kind of feel like sometimes he's a little bit buried within emotions, and those emotions kind of rise and they lead to quarrels. So I'm going to say, despite the tension, he does want to have the connection, which is why he actually continues to, talk all the time. And his nonstop talking isn't just kind of that chatter. It's his way of trying to fix things or to find a way to reconnect, even if it doesn't necessarily land all that well. So there is love and there is commitment to you at the very core of it all. It's just that I feel like often it's kind of obscured by triggers and patterns. And neither of them you've actually kind of completely 100% understood or unpacked at this moment, which brings in the complications that you guys do have. So are you actually fated together? Possibly, sweetie pie. We're not necessarily always fated to be with one single person. There are many people that you're fated to be with onto your path, especially with your son binding you together, but you stick together for a lifetime. That's going to depend on what you both are kind of wanting to heal and how to adapt. Right now, I feel like you're more kind of coexisting under stress rather than thriving together. And one thing is sticking around for children or family or values, but at some point in time that ends up doing its sweet time, and it's really not good for anybody. Not good for the children, not good for you, not good for him, not good for nobody to stick together if there's no love or frustration or no more desire. Honestly, they know it. So that's a question that you're gonna have to ask yourself altogether. Your emotional state altogether, I feel like you're a little bit into a place where there's a lot of raw, empty, restless kind of signals that you are into a lot of type of disconnections. So your energy is being drained by unresolved emotional stress, especially since your mood shifted after Mr. Harry kind of entered into your life. But you've been given so much emotionally and mentally. I feel like your heart is needing to protect itself through the distractions and through those disconnections. So I feel like you're craving something that is deeper than daily emotional, if you will, upkeep. But you're craving peace and you're craving validation and, well, soulful connection also. Now, Mr. Harry, energy, thoughts, and feelings. Up next is you, Elaine. So Elaine and Loveshine. So I'm going to say, in regards to Mr. Harry, now we're with Mr. Harry, his current thoughts, energy, and feelings. I feel as though yesterday and today, he's a little bit more tender, a little bit more cautious, perhaps. There's that warm wistfulness, like he imagines a simpler version of connection without the complexity of your current life. So I feel like his energy is gentle, but I also feel like it's reflective. I feel like his feelings are something that is not ready to act upon, that he is not ready to decisively act upon. So he's holding that space within him internally, but wanting to see if the timing or the space is actually going to happen between you guys at some point in time through some type of a shift. So he does care quite deeply, but he also knows that this is a territory he has not quite yet been into, and he's being careful not to push too hard. So what you truly need to know right now is you need to breathe. You need to know that it's okay to be upset, to be irritated, to be frustrated, to be sad. You need silence, you need boundaries, and the freedom to stop talking whatever you need to. You also need external support. You also need safe self-care, but without the guilt that kind of goes along with it. So I'm going to say, sweetie, as far as your husband goes, just kind of set yourself some boundaries. Like, let's pause and revisit this when we're both calm, or for you yourself, you can try different type of meditation tactics, maybe like 5 deep breaths, maybe your favorite tea, a quiet moment alone. And for Mr. Harry, this is about how Mr. Harry needs, like, this is about internal position to love. Is he giving himself that permission? He's not. So I'm going to say you need to recover from him. It's okay for you to still have a place for him into your heart without necessarily acting upon it neither. But you do kind of have to still take care and tend to that place, if you will. That is important. You must not forget about it. Let me give you some love messages from Mr. Harry, sweetie. And here we go. Elaine, you're next. So my beautiful Loveshine, if you have not yet posted your questions, you may definitely post your questions, please, my love. I still think of you in quiet moments. You made me feel seen in a way that nobody else ever has. No matter the distance, a part of me is still there with you. You gave my heart a reason to feel again. And another life, or maybe a quieter moment, it could have been just you and me. I still smile at the thought of your voice. Thank you for posting my beautiful love shine. And here we go for Elaine. Mimi, I'm sending you much love, sweetie. Has anybody seen a movie called K-Pop Demon Hunters? I have not. Anything, my beautiful Elaine, that has the word demon into it, or hunters, one of the two, probably have not seen. Hello, my beautiful Joy. How are you doing, sweetie pie? Yeah, like I watch comedy. I like comedy movies, but honestly, I don't really watch them. A lot of them are really crappy. I like to watch comedians. I do. No sponsorship, but one that I really enjoy lately is Matt Rife. I really like that guy. On top of being good looking, he's funny. But anyways, point being, that's it. Yeah, maybe Watson has or somebody else. I don't know. So here we go. Let me go and see. Let me do that. Dawn, everything is good for me, my sweetie pie. I hope that you're doing good, sweet love. Thank you for coming on in and saying hello. Hello, Dwayne. How are you doing, sweetie? Oh, it's from the 90s. Oh, the X Game. Oh, there you go. See, I never watched it, but yeah, okay, I knew it existed. Thank you. And there's a singing show. Yeah, there you go. See, there's a lot of X's out there. X Games, X. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so I'm not that crazy. Yeah, it's still really, really hot. Yeah, it is, Elaine. Even over here, but it's gonna drop on down tonight. Okay, so hold on. Oh, you want to see it? Okay. All right. Okay, let me go on through. So here we go. So we're gonna go and see our beautiful Elaine. Love Shine is next. I did read that you had the best date ever, my love. I did. And I will be with you in just a few moments. So Love Shine, you are on up next. At the moment, we are with our beautiful Elaine. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being so patient. And thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Oh, God. Sweet Lord Frig. Everybody. I'm into I'm into a million different kind of thoughts, but it is Watson's birthday today, guys. So happy birthday to our dear, beautiful, sweet, loved Watson with all our hearts and soul. Happy birthday to you, sweetie pie. Yes, it is Watson's birthday today. It is. It is what I wanted to say. Now, into the meanwhile, let me just go and get your questions, Elaine. Yeah, it is. It is our lovely Watson's birthday. Hi, my beautiful Julie, sweetie. I'll leave you a timestamp, my love. I'll be with you shortly. All right. Enjoy your packing, Julie. Oh, I know, my beautiful Tasha. I know, sweetie. You're going to be right after Love Shine, sweet love. You're coming on up soon. So for the moment, I am over here with our beautiful Elaine. So let's go and see. Alrighty. All right, your dream with Y and the fish. We're going to start with Y and the fish. The dream with Y and the fish holds very powerful symbols about connection, protection, and loss within your relationship with Y. Now, meeting Y via like the birthday cake, all that stuff, The coin signifies synchronicity, and her birthday energy is a reminder of your intuitive bond that you both do have together. So I'm going to say this is about the external voices that are kind of guiding you back a little bit towards why. Now, diving deeper to find the red fish, that's about how you're entering into the sea, is a little bit representing, if you will, your willingness to go deep inside, emotionally speaking, into your friendship with why. Now, the red fish symbolizes her vulnerability and perhaps a part of her that feels alone or maybe even a little bit searching, and that she sees you as her protector, but maybe even also a little bit her guide. Now, the fish being attacked, and sadly, you know what? That's it. Well, that highlights the fear of losing that tender, if you will, vulnerable connection. It's about how maybe sometimes you feel kind of overwhelmed and you're kind of afraid that your efforts to protect why could actually suffocate her emotionally if it's not handled into a gentle kind of a way. Now, your actions, I feel like you tried to save, but you couldn't. Even through the process, you could not quite. So I feel like the essence was revealed to others. What I'm trying to say is it signifies that even if direct protection does fail, your care is always there. It's always going to reveal the true soul. It's always going to reveal the true value, if you will. Because it's like if your soul is nourishing the true spirit of that bond. So if I put it into a nutshell for you, your dream is really giving you the message that deeply you are sensing why's emotional state. And you want to be able to protect and honor that connection. But this is somewhat of a reminder to keep your heart soft, but your boundaries clear, and to communicate the gentle yet caring kind of a connection towards it. So yeah, it's an interesting kind of a thing. It's got pluses, it's got minuses, it's got a lot, but if you really, really look at it, it's a lot about balance. It's a lot about control. It's a lot about understanding, but mainly about balance, balancing things out into the way that they are meant to be at this moment in time, but also acknowledging the feelings and the type of connection that is there and that is present. As we move on forward, how long is a collaboration with Elle going to last? I'm going to say, sweetie pie, I do not feel as though this is something that's going to be overly extended. I don't feel like it's a long type of collaboration. I'm going to say probably 3-4 months to begin with. Enough for 1 or 2 key projects to kind of build the momentum and show those strong results. After that, I feel like there could be a really good chance that you're going to continue further, or maybe even shift into something that's a little bit more specialized roles, depending on how well the partnership is going to fit your energies and your goals all together. So I'm going to say to begin with 3 to 4 months, but it could definitely be extended after. Now, question number 3, your 2026 freelancing path. The F or collaborations. Love Shine is next, followed out by Tasha. So Love Shine and Tasha. I feel like you're moving towards something that's a little bit like a hybrid kind of a model. Freelancing through platforms like F, I won't say what the platform is going to give engaging creative collaborations with designers and creative type of clients. Now that should be able to allow you to maintain somewhat of some independence, but also some flexibility onto the platform F. But it's also going to help you to kind of tap into larger, more fulfilling type of collaborations where you can actually showcase your best work and kind of elevate your visibility. So that's what you need to look at altogether between the F and the collaborations. Now, what to prepare for before collaborating with LLT. All right, what you need to do in prep towards that is this. You need to put an agreement or a contract, all right? What's going to be best beneficial for both of you. Define a scope of work, timelines, revisions, payment terms, deliverables. Include a basic, if you will, confidentiality clause, something that where there could be sensitive, content that could be involved, and clarify any type of communication methods. Is it going to be by email? Is it going to be, how's it going to be happening? What's the communication method that's going to be best for you? That is going to help you to have a better collaboration. Things will go quite smoothly. It's going to help also within the expectations because things are going to be more clear, and it's going to protect you. It's going to protect you and your professionalism altogether. Is your English advanced enough? Your English is advanced enough. Could you go and brush up upon it? Yeah, you could, but is it advanced enough? It is. So I'm going to say what's going to be important for you is not just necessarily is it advanced enough. You could not necessarily be at the most advanced place, but if you auto-correct and you check and you validate and you do all the beautiful work that's behind it, you're going to have everything that you need. So just make sure that what you deliver is on par at all times. There's all different kind of tools that you can use. I feel as though your English appears as being quite confident and quite communicative, so I don't see that there's a problem. I feel like you're strong at expressing your ideas clearly, which is great. If you do want to go to university to go to get an extra class, you can, sweetie. Is it necessary? Not really. I'm going to say really focus on refining your grammar and polishing your writing. That should do the job altogether. So, sweetie, I'm going to say you're doing great. Keep on doing what you're doing. Don't give up. You're moving into the right direction, my love. Love Shine at 31:30. Love Shine. Where are you, sweetie? Tasha and Maria are up next. Tasha, let us know if you're here. Maria, let us know if you are here. So Tasha, Maria, and Joy are next. Joy, you can let me know if you're here too, sweetie. All right. So what do we have? Let me go read. Okay, so yes, you had the best night ever last night. You had dinner. It talked for hours, no phone. He listened to you. You had a really, really good time. Perfect. And you didn't talk about anything serious. You just really had a good time, which is important. If you always talk about serious things, it gets kind of heavy, right? Yeah. And when things kind of get heavy, it becomes a little bit of a nuisance. And you say your son's girlfriend came by and brought you vegetables. That is so cute. So you don't know if, I read the one above. That is all good. You had the best day. All right. You got the best date and you got veggies. So you are loved from all over the place, my sweet love. You are. You should invite your son over and his girlfriend over for some type of a dinner with all these vegetables that they gave you. Make some type of a meal with it. Make it an occasion, like a harvest kind of a thing. All right, so let's go and see. Sun up until sleep with wife is going to be the first one on through. Well, you said you had a really, really good time. You didn't talk about anything serious, anything as such. So he probably didn't tell you, but he did end up having somewhat of a fight with the wifey. I feel as though the fight had to do, partially having to do with finances, but also just kind of being too pushy. I feel like she's been a little bit too pushy. It's become a little bit annoying. And I do feel as though they had a fight. So I'm going to say for the moment, what I can see, there's annoyance. There's annoyance in regards to the wife, no doubt. Oh, let's go see with you. All right. With you, we can see some movement forward. We can see some happiness. I don't feel as though he's looking at a million different kind of things. I feel like he's focusing on you. He's focusing on him. He's focusing onto the type of relationship that you have without any nonsense that goes along with it. So I'm actually going to say beautiful forward movement towards you, feeling quite happy into our interactions and into our time together. So with you, I'm actually going to say things are going really, really quite well. the feelings before and after the date. All right. All right. Before the date, I actually feel like we're really actually quite excited to go and see you and to spend some time with you. I feel like all we really wanted, honestly, is spend some beautiful time with you and to relax, to have a certain amount of release. It's going to sound weird. I just kind of feel like he had a lot of accumulation and he really just needed to have some good, normal, relaxing time. That's it, and that's all. And I feel as though that's exactly what you provided for him. Now, after the meeting, he loved it. He thought that it was great. He is holding on to you and he is loving you. There's nothing that is overdone. You had the most fantastic date ever, which was perfect because he showed you everything that you needed. He was not onto his phone. He was attentive. He was listening to you. He was there. He was present into the moment, which is something he does not do all that often. So that was actually really quite perfect. On to his side, you already give him that undivided attention usually. So it's not something that was abnormal for him. For him, it was a lovely evening. You spent some great time together. He was really happy. I feel like it lifted up his vibes. I feel like he felt better. So honestly, I feel as though he was really quite happy about the date. I feel like he left that date feeling like everything went really well. He didn't have the same type of perspective as you, though, like I said. Like you, it was fantastic because he did all these things that he did not usually do. But like mentioned, you always give him those things. So for him, it was a beautiful evening out. He spent time with you. He was looking forward towards it. It was everything that it should have been and was. And he was happy with it. He was content. Thoughts and feelings for Amy. And then we're going to go towards the tarot. And Tasha, you're next, sweetie. Tasha, if you want to post your question, you can post it, my love, because I do not see it posted over here. Unless it's already posted, then that's a-okay. I will just find it. But my beautiful Tasha, if it is not already posted, please do post, sweetie pie. All right, so we do have our Five of Cups. We do have over here. All right, so his feelings towards you, sweetie pie. Honestly, he's wanting to do best for you. He's trying to make things right. He's trying to make them just. He knows that often he's not into the most just kind of a place. He knows that often he cannot necessarily give you that undivided attention neither. And I feel as though he wants to be able to do that. So I'm basically going to say for you over here, sweetie, I feel as though he is into a place where he wants to be as fair as he can. He wants to give you as much love as he can. He wants to be present as much as he possibly can also. So his feelings and thoughts towards you, he loves you, he wants to be with you, and he wants to make things okay. He wants to make things right by you is basically what it is. And tarot coming from him. And tarot, here we go. You are being seen as our beautiful Queen of Cups. Could you get better? Not really. Queen of Cups, full of love, full of attention, full of undivided attention, full of you hold his heart. He wants you to know that you do. He wants you to know that he will continue to give you the love that he can, as much as he possibly can. But he does also want you to know that sometimes he is not always necessarily 100% available to give you what it is that you want. But it's not because he doesn't want to. It is simply because he cannot always, because of circumstances of life. That's it. That's all. He wants you to know he never has any judgment towards you, and he accepts you exactly the way that you are, and he loves you exactly the way that you are. Thank you for posting, my beautiful Tasha. Tasha, I'm going to go and see sweetie. Oh no, the video is frozen. Oh, sweet Lord. Why does that keep happening? Okay, hold on. Oh, thank you for letting me know, guys. Okay, now it should be back. I was up into the questions in the chat and I didn't want to lose the questions. Did not realize that the video was frozen. I did not. I'm so sorry. Yeah, thank you, Elaine, sweetie. Yeah, it's unfrozen now. It's unfrozen. Tink, I'm coming to see you over here. Yeah. All right, Tasha, let's go see sweetie. Hi, Joyce, sweetie. Thank you, my love. All right, let's go see. I don't know what you want clarifications upon, my beautiful Elaine. What do you want clarifications upon? What don't you quite get? The connection with why. Okay, no, the connection with why. Elaine, the connection with why is that you have somewhat of a soul bonding type of a connection. You are connected to this person, and that's just the way that it is. You could always be connected to this person. There's like somewhat of a soul connection. But a soul connection does not mean that you're meant to be with a person or that you're meant to pursue a connection with a person, neither. It just means that at some point in time, you guys have shared something that was important, that was onto your path, that you needed to fulfill. But that's it. For the moment, my love, I'm going to say with you and Y, you need to keep things the way that they are. Whenever Y is ready, Y will come on over towards you. If you end up sending things or, you know, reaching on out too much, Y will end up kind of running away because they're not ready for that reconnection yet. So you need to be very, very careful within that. That being said, the connection is there. The connection will always be there. You'll always share somewhat of a special connection. But a special connection does not mean that you're meant to be with the person. That's the difference. Tasha, sweetie. Tasha, my love. Maria, you are next, followed out by Joy. Okay, Tasha, you feel like S is kind of going away. What is that about, sweetie? I feel like they got into an argument, I'm going to say 24 hours ago. It was not today. I'm going to say probably 24 hours ago. Yesterday, love shine. Yesterday, my love. So you feel like S may not be interested in you as much as he was before. Maybe he's trying to get with K, another co-worker. Okay, let's go see, sweetie. I already have Maria's questions, so it's good. We'll be able to leave a timestamp if you're not here. Joy, your questions are here, but I know you're here. That's good. And MZ is going to be the following reading. Okay. So what is happening? The Hanged Man, he is into a changing kind of position. Actually, my love, what I'm going to say is not quite the same. It's a little bit, thank you, my beautiful Elaine. It's a little bit what you're saying, but differently. You are a little bit, well, you're feeling that this person is no longer interested in you because you feel like they're giving attention more towards somebody else. I get it. I understand it. And I'm not going to negate it. Negate it, I think you can say. I'm not going to say no towards it. I feel like you're right. I do. But partially. I feel as though S is giving attention towards somebody else, but it doesn't take away from the fact that they're still interested into you. It's almost like if this person is playing a double game. I don't feel like they're necessarily doing it to make you jealous, to create issues or problems. Not quite what I see. But I definitely do feel as though we're into it. We're kind of playing double field. It's almost like we're going to take a chance over here if we're able to. And we're also going to take a chance with you if we're able to do so. So for the moment, I feel like this other person is the backup plan because I feel like things got a little bit complicated with you. So we went towards the breakup, not the breakup, but the backup. Now we're kind of playing around with the backup, but we haven't forgotten about you. We're actually kind of hoping that you're going to kind of come around. And we're hoping that you're not really necessarily noticing what we're doing. This person doesn't want things to be clear and blunt. They don't want you to clearly see that they're going after this other person. It's like they wanted you into a sneaky kind of a way. Why? Because I don't really feel like they want to be alone, because they do have some interest towards the other person, but they're still interested into you. They are just too afraid and not courageous enough to make the movements and to open up towards you, and they're waiting for you to do it. But if you don't do it, they got to back up. Thank you, my beautiful Maria, sweetie. That's what's going on. Do you feel like that makes any sense, sweetie pie? Let me know if you think that makes any sense, because that is what I'm getting over here at this moment, my love. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Um, just 1 second. So easy caring about the other co-workers would think if he tried to pursue you. Let's go and see. Alrighty. I don't necessarily feel like he is worried what the other coworkers would do or would say. I feel like it's more of a question of what would happen with his job. He's basically afraid of losing his job if something doesn't work out between you guys. He's not afraid about the co-workers. He's not afraid about the other people. He's worried about losing his position. That's where his main issue is. It's nothing else. That's where the issue is, my love. Does that make any sense to you, sweetie? Then they don't work out, right? Oh, I know, my love, but that's not necessarily a question that this person is thinking about. I feel like at this moment, what is actually important for this person, you wouldn't get him fired, but you would understand that's what's going on. He feels like it would be awkward. and he doesn't really know what to do with that. So that's where the major issue is actually coming from. Right? So that's why he's afraid of making some type of a movement at the same time. Because then what would he do if something didn't work out well? And I get it. I understand it completely. You would get him what? You wouldn't get him fired for it, but you wouldn't understand the market, right? I know. If things don't work out. Well, that's where his major issue is coming from, sweetie. It has nothing, like there's nothing else that is in regards to it. That's it. That's all. So let me just go see over here. All right. Let me go see what kind of message he would like to give out to you, okay? Hold on, sweetie. Let me go see what his feelings are deep down inside towards you. Let's do that. He would like to move on forward, but he's afraid of moving on forward. Honestly, he thinks about you really, really quite often, my love. Honestly, he doesn't really just know where this would go and what could happen from this connection. So I'm going to say for the moment, my love, I feel like your biggest problem within this relationship is more of a question of misunderstanding. Where would it go? What would happen? What could we do? That's basically what it is. Let me put it into a different way. If you are not the boss, if you didn't have any power, you would not be facing this situation at this moment. It would be so much easier. Let me know, my beautiful love, if there's anything else that I can do for you, sweetie pie. Maria, sweetie, your question, I believe, is over there, right? Let's go see. Maria, Maria, Maria. Hold on. I'm going to just kind of log myself back in. Just one moment. All right. Maria, alrighty. Joy, you're next. So Joy, let us know if you're here. And Joy, your question is there. So that is perfect. Okay, so Maria, sweetie. Okay. Let's go over here. So, you say, your position has been filled and it looked like Tracy's position is now open. Did Tracy get promoted into a different role or did she actually get terminated? Okay, so here we go. Okay, sweetie, from what I can see over here, I feel as though to begin with, I'm going to say Tracy was not promoted into your role. I feel like there's no indication neither that she was actually terminated. I feel like she's active just kind of elsewhere into the company altogether. So, yeah, I'm going to say she's still working into the company, but she was definitely not terminated. I do not feel as though this person has taken your position neither, by the way. So if you're wondering about that, I don't necessarily see that happening. But I do believe that something else was actually offered to her. So I would say somebody else actually took your position. I do not feel as though there has been any type of announcements that have actually been giving on out. I feel as your position was filled by another colleague, but not by Tracy. And I feel like Tracy simply does have another role into the company altogether. But I do still feel as though she is there altogether, sweetie. So terminated, no. Not necessarily promoted, though. I do not necessarily see that person being promoted. I just see them working into another department with other, I'm going to say, responsibilities altogether. Yeah, no, she has not been promoted into your role. No, she did not get your role. Somebody else did. Somebody else, sweetie. It could be. I can go and see if it's Heather, sweetie. I can go and see. But it's not Tracy. Tracy still works into the company, just into a different place or a different department, different responsibilities. But somebody else got your role. And I do feel as though it was something that was internal. So, yeah. I'm actually going to say yes for the person that you're talking about. So I will say yes for Heather over here, sweetie pie. I'm sorry, Maria. I know it's just not the type of, yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'm sending you much love, Maria, sweetie. Things are going to be okay, my love. They will. It's okay if it's Heather. Okay. Then I'm going to say it's Heather. It's what the card said, sweetie pie. And Joy, you're here. Are you going to be seeing Joey tomorrow evening? And how is that going to go? Here we go. Julie's going to be on up next, okay? So are you going to be seeing Joey tomorrow? And how is that going to go for Joy? I'm getting the world reverse. I'm getting delays. You're not going to be seeing Joey tomorrow. There's a delay. There's something happening. You're going to be able to see him by the weekend, but it's not going to be tomorrow. Something's going to come up like last minute. You're not going to be able to. That being said, I can go and tell you how your next meeting is going to go. It's not going to be that far off, though. Like, it's not being like into the following week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but it's definitely not going to be tomorrow, sweetie. Unless the energy changes and something happens and he's able to make himself available, I don't see it. So, hold on. All right. Whenever you guys do see each other, there's going to be some stress involved. There's going to be some stress. There's no doubt about it. This person is going to have to make somewhat of some sacrifices in order to make that time to see you also. So I feel like they're either taking time out of their schedule because they're not actually able to see you tomorrow. There's something that's switching and changing. There's something that's happening within that. So I will actually say to you, sweetie, I feel like there will be a little bit of stress, but I feel like they're going to make it through and they're going to be okay, but it's not going to be happening tomorrow. I actually feel like there's going to be a lot of curiosity. I do feel like there will be some stress. I do feel like there will be good communication. I feel like there will be bonding, there will be beautiful moments, and I feel like you're going to be able to move on forward towards another meeting after and another date after. I don't see anything very precise and very deep or very sexual happening. I do see things onto a very surface kind of level for you guys at this moment, but it's okay to be onto a surface level. Why do you have to jump into the socks, right? So one thing at a time, my love. He is going out of town this weekend. Okay. And he's going out of town this weekend. Is there something holding him back? I don't feel so. Let me go see. No, I don't feel like there's anything. Oh, most definitely no socks. All right, okay. All right, okay. I don't see no socks. Like, I see, I don't see that part, but there could be like kissy kisses. Oh, bravo, mignon.
J'ai fait top 1 sur Fall Guys.
Bravo.
Première place.
Donne-moi un bisou, je travaille. À tantôt, mon amour. T'as-tu bien mangé?
Oui.
Ok, merci.
À tantôt.
À tantôt, mon chou. Je t'aime. All right. So, hold on. Sorry for the brief interlude. Apparently, we had some type of victory onto a game. So, here we go. You say there's a woman at work that he used to date, and then there's you at work. Does he have feelings for her? And yes, a kiss you're good with. Yeah, I knew you'd be good for a kiss because I do see a kiss. Okay, so is there anything that is actually blocking him? I'm going to say no. There's nothing that's blocking him in any kind of a way. I really, truly do feel as though he wants to be able to see you. I feel like you want to be able to see him. I feel like you guys are going to give out some type of an offer to be together, to see each other. There's definitely some beautiful movement happening over here. Now, so is there anything happening? Like, is he blocking anything? Like not wanting to? And no, absolutely not. Now, you're wondering if he has feelings for that other lady. I'm going to go and see that. Does he have feelings for that other lady? I do not feel as though he does. I do not. I feel like he has been disappointed by the other lady into the past, whatever kind of happened over there. Yeah, that's it, right? You say he used to date, and then there was you. So I'm definitely going to have to say, I feel like there's a little bit of actual, I'm not going to say love or anything as such. I feel like there's frustration. I feel like whatever happened between them did not necessarily give what was wanted, but I do not feel as though he actually wants anything with that person anymore. So I'm going to say there was disappointment and there were some things that were unclear, but I'm also going to say I feel like we're okay with it now. So is anything blocking him? No. Honestly, I feel like he's going to try to make it, but I feel like he's not going to be able to tomorrow. Like I said, maybe he'll be able to do so. Maybe he'll be able to switch things up. But for the moment, I don't see it. But I know that he does want to be able to see you. And I know that when you guys do see each other, the connection will be good. It'll be strong. They'll be talking. There'll be a connection. It will go really, really quite well. So, and like I said, there's nothing too deep. It is very surface level, but is wanting more. So he does want to get to know you more, and he does want to be able to spend time with you. So I'm going to say whatever kind of circumstances might kind of stop him from seeing you, even though you could kind of see different kind of things into your mind, don't let the fear, don't let those create blockages into your mind, because there's no real blockages. Honestly, he is interested in you, and there's nothing that is actually stopping him. I do feel like if he doesn't make it tomorrow, that he'll make it for this weekend. So if he doesn't make it tomorrow, I feel like he'll be able to make it for this weekend, my love. Absolutely, sweetie pie. I'm just going to go and gather our beautiful Julie's questions. Que se passe-t-il, mon beau Mathias? T'as quoi? T'es venu ici lire ton livre? Oh, okay, why not? So my beautiful Joy, let me know if you are able to see him and if everything kind of goes on well, and I hope that it does, sweetie pie. So yeah, let me know, and I'm sending you much love. But please, please do trust him and do believe into him. He's not up to any weird games. He's not doing anything strange. He's no longer interested in the other person, even though things kind of ended into a weird way. There's nothing happening with that. There is really him, and there is you, and there's wanting to take things slowly. So I say one step at a time, sweetie pie. Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. I love that. I love that, sweetie. He slammed you up against the wall. Oh, well, there you go. I like it. I like it. Let's use a little bit of force into it. Nothing like, domination to make something exciting, sweetie. We are going to go and see MZ. Joy, you go forward with it and enjoy yourself. I love it. Everything's going to be okay, sweetie pie. Yeah, no, things are going to go slowly, sweetie. They will go slowly. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, it's not kind of fun. It is fun. I say enjoy yourself, sweetie pie. Uh-huh. Hey, I like it. I'm going to say a little bit, who was it? The Doors? Come on, baby, light my fire. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go and get our beautiful Julie's questions. Julie, Julie, Julie. Here we go. Okay. T'as-tu bien mangé, mon beau? Ok. Avez-vous apporté vos assiettes en bas?
Non.
Ah. Non. All right. So we're going to go and answer Julie. And if nothing happens into the in-between, I'm going to come and see you after Juanson, okay? So we're going to put 107 for Julie. All right. All right, hold on. So, my beautiful Julie, I did put a timestamp, so questions are as so. So, you are going to reach out to him before your flight takes off. I was just going to say, you didn't ask for your lovey-dovey thoughts today. I thought, oh my God, what's wrong with Julie? She didn't ask for the lovey-dovey thoughts. Okay, so let's go and see. Je me diras, Mathias, si tu veux qu'on aille à la bibliothèque ou tu veux que je t'abonne à des livres ou des choses. Tu me diras si tu veux que je t'abonne à des livres ou tu veux qu'on aille à la bibliothèque te chercher des livres ou quoi que ce soit.
Maman, je veux plus comme ça.
Hein?
Je veux plus comme ça.
The Wimpy Kid? Ok, je vais l'écrire. All right, sweetie. I'm actually going to have to say the fact into your first question when you say, you're going to reach on out and everything this such. I say go ahead with it. Why? Because he does it. We've discussed it previously. I feel like it's a considerate idea to check in on to him before your flight, especially because he hasn't been feeling all that well. He's got his own issues. He's got his own problems. You're just kind of checking on in before you go. Reaching out is going to remind him that you are there, that you truly do care for him. And I feel as though it is going to gently kind of encourage his emotional connection with you, but to grow. So I don't feel like it's going to take away from his pursuit of you. In fact, I actually kind of feel like it's going to give him a little bit of that comforting nudge to keep showing up and to being more intentional with you. So I feel like he's going to feel like he is more supported. And that is going to stick with him even when you are away, which is exactly what you want. You're giving out the good vibes. You're giving back what he gives to you whenever he does go. So you're bringing in security. You're stabilizing. He knows where you're at. Same thing, vice versa. And you're securing what's going to be happening after. So it is very intentional. He is going to feel supported. And this is really just going to help him to kind of gently move on forward, knowing that this connection is as strong as he actually believes that it is. It's going to make him want to do more. Now, as for today, let's go see if he's thinking about you and what he's got into his lovey-dovey. So, as for today, are we thinking about you? Oh, yes, we are. I feel like there's beautiful stuff. There's an emotional, or I will say a sentimental energy around him right now. I feel like he's missing your vibe. I feel like the fun chemistry that you both do share. I feel like there is I feel like there is lovey thoughts that are floating into his mind. I feel like he's picturing what it's like to be with you, imagining you smiling and simply laughing, and probably even giving you some, or replaying, I'm going to say, some beautiful moments together. So even into the silence, I want you to know that your presence is always lingering around him. May it be moments of texting. May it be moments of looking into each other's eyes. May it be beautiful moments where you guys have shared intimate information, details, and intimate moments. All those things are often replayed into his mind, a little bit like a video that you would simply press, play, and then go back and play and go back. Or the word I'm looking for is repeat. So yes, definitely Sweetie Pie. He is definitely replaying a lot of beautiful memories about the both of you guys together, and he is loving every single one of them. So I'm going to say definitely do reach on out towards him, my love, tomorrow. Hold on just a second. Hey, regarde, Mathias. T'en as lu combien de ces livres-là?
Je suis rendue...
Mais t'en as lu combien? Parce qu'il y en a 16 ici.
Attends.
Ben, il y en a 16. T'en as lu combien? Comme 2, 3?
3. Je suis rendue au 4.
Ben, tu veux-tu avoir la collection?
Mm-hmm.
Tu vas en avoir 16. Fait que ceux que tu n'auras pas lu, tu n'auras pas lu. Là, je peux t'acheter la collection. C'est bon? Mm-hmm. Il y en a juste 16 livres. Fait que... Tigidou. Watson, I'm coming to see you, Sweetie Pie. Hold on just a second. Sinon, il y a des Harry Potter, si tu peux les lire. Hein? Ah non, gars, il y en a un ici, Mathias. Il y a 21 livres.
20. Ok.
On va t'acheter celle-là, c'est ça?
Ok.
21 en tout. Bah, ok. Ben, je t'achète ça à l'instant, mon beau garçon. Comme ça, tu vas avoir beaucoup de livres à lire. Tu les liras quand tu voudras. C'est super bon de livres, mon chat. De lire. Just a moment, my dear Juanson. Non, ben, c'est fait, mon beau. Tu vas l'avoir samedi. Ça va être un livre. You will have a lot of reading to do, sweetie patootie.
Mhm.
Tu vas avoir toute
Ces
la
livres-là, ils ont comme 200 pages.
C'est parfait. Tu vas avoir toute la collection. Quand tu veux relaxer, tu vas lire. C'est super bon pour toi.
217.
C'est beaucoup de pages, mon gars. Je devrais les lire. Je devrais les lire quand tu as fini de les lire.
Ok, tu peux avoir lu. Moi, regarde, c'est la dernière page.
Ouais, je vais les lire après. Comme ça, on pourra partager des pensées ensemble. Here we go. Ben, on pourra en parler ensemble, un peu comme un book club. Tu lis, puis je lis, puis après ça, on en chasse. All right. Before I come and see you, my dear Juanson, I'm going to come and see over here, beautiful Natty.
Ok, ben, souvent, on a les là.
Thank you, handsome. Les tiens, ils arrivent dans quelques jours, 3-4 jours, toutes les autres.
C'est comme son diary personnel.
C'est bon, je vais le lire. On va pouvoir en parler. Les autres, tu les as lus à l'école, c'est ça?
Ben, j'ai lu le 1, le 2, le 3 et le 4. Ben, j'ai pas fini le 4.
Ça, c'est quoi? Je sais pas.
C'est quoi ça?
Je sais pas.
C'est pas live.
Wish life. Talk to you later. All right, here we go. Natty, sweetie, how are you doing, my love? I will definitely check it on out, sweetie. I will. I've had issues, my dear Watson, with my I've been having issues, how can I say this, with my Facebook. Yeah, honestly. It's been creating me issues. I kid you not. Like it's weird. It gives me messages and then it doesn't give me messages. And then it's weird, and I don't know. It's strange. That being said, I will definitely check it on out, sweetie pie. So just 1 second. I will check it on out after the live, sweetie. It hasn't. You get that? Like, it hasn't been giving me messages. Like, I will get messages like way later and it will say you have like 5, unread messages. And I'll be like, what do you mean 5 unread messages? Yeah, it's really, really weird. But anyways, point being, I will definitely check it on out. Have no fears, sweetie pie. Alrighty. So, Natty, I'm coming to see you. Are you here, my beautiful Natty? Let me know. Alrighty. It's their app. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't get my info. I don't get it. Like, I get nothing. It sucks. Yeah, and then I wonder, I'm like, why am I not getting my messages? Alrighty. So, here we go. Natty is going to have a timestamp at 1:19. Let's go here. He stated for the past years. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here we go, love. Hold on, I'm gonna get a sweater. It's like really hot outside, and my door has been closed, but now my son opened it, and now I got the air conditioning, and I'm cold. Hold on. And I'm not complaining. It's just I'm cold, so I'm gonna put a sweater. Here we go. So my first question for you, Natty, would be the following. How do you feel towards this? If you are here in front of me, I would shuffle the decks. Oh, the deck. And I would place it into 3, and I would have you pick one of each. I feel as though you have to go also within your own intuition. What do you want? What do you feel? I feel like you want it, but I feel like you're afraid, and I feel like you don't want to be hurt. And so I feel like you're kind of taking it. You want to jump into it, but you're kind of backing off a little bit. Well, not backing off, but you're being very precautious. That being said, if you really want the information about what Spirit actually thinks about this connection, that's what I'm going to give you. So here we go. I feel as though, sweetie, Spirit does feel like there is a second chance energy that is coming through. I feel like this reconnection is not something that is random. I would not do that. I would not send that message on out to my ex, all right? And I do not believe my ex would send that message out to me neither. There's a reason behind it, all right? I feel like this reconnection is not something that is random. I feel like it is meant to bring healing, but also reflection, also emotional understanding. I feel like you both shared part of a very spiritual journey into the past. And I feel like this message is an invitation to kind of revisit that. And I do say revisit. I don't mean repeat. I don't want to repeat. If you do repeat, you're going to end up back in this place where you're at. I feel like this is a moment to revisit and to regrow it. So, to talk, to figure, to compromise, to understand. There are many steps along the way, but if you follow and kind of go within the flow of the energy and don't push anything too much forward, then it will actually come quite naturally and everything will end up making some sense. I feel as though the energy at this moment is an energy that feels like it is very meaningful. I feel as though it is not urgent or fated to become something that is intense overnight. Instead, I feel like it's a quiet reopening of a conversation that once was very important and is still lingering. You both carry moments of what you shared, but there's something that is deeper within that territory. Potentially around understanding, closure, even rediscovering what was lost. That is going to be able to be seen within time. So leave yourself some time to rediscover. Leave yourself some time to understand, to contact and to speak with no judgment. It's about listening. It's about saying, I hear you. Now what can we do about it? So take it one little step at a time, sweetie. So should you move it along, or should you actually follow his pace? Go at his pace. Why? Because he mentions that you've been just a memory. And that tells me that he's re-entering your world, but he's re-entering it quite cautiously. He's working through nostalgia, maybe even some unresolved feelings. If you move too fast, you risk scaring off the gentle reconnection that is there. So any heart-to-heart momentum matters, but pace is going to create the space for honesty and comfort. So by matching the tone of his setting, you're creating an environment for that safe trust, which is essential. If a meaningful connection or a new dynamic could actually be formed between you guys, or is something that you're looking towards. So what should you do next? Respond, but with warmth. Acknowledge his text with openness, like, hey, good to hear from you. Put your own touch onto it, but like a hey, good to hear from you. You know, this brings back really good memories. Set the tone, move the conversation forward, but keep it relaxed. Ask how he's been. Maybe even share a snapshot of what's new for you into your life. Not necessarily you, what's new for you into your life. It could be you bought a new house, you changed a new car, whatever. You got a new dog, a new whatever it is. And observe his energy. Does he lean into the conversation? Is he curious? Does he ask questions? Or does he make space for regular contact after? How is that? Those are all different things you're going to have to kind of analyze and kind of go with the flow. So I'm going to say, honestly, it's about being supportive. It's about exploring a little bit further. It's about how a lot of these energies can shift. Sometimes they'll feel off. Sometimes they'll feel perfect. But it's up to you to kind of regulate and see where you're at into that. Basically, what I'm going to say is that Spirit is kind of nudging you towards a mindful reconnection, not a grand restart, a mindful reconnection. So listen, feel, and match his pace. Don't overdo it. Don't run. You're not running a marathon. You don't want to beat him. All right? Match his pace. This reconnection is meant to be gentle, meaningful, and very heart guided. That's what you need to know, my sweet love. Hi, Susan. How are you doing, my sweet love? Long time no see, sweetie patootie. How are you? How are you doing, Susan? I'm going to come and see my dear, beautiful, I'm going to come and see Juanson for the moment. Okay. It's your swan song for this chapter. Okay, that's okay. Let's go into a general reading. How are you doing, my beautiful Susan, sweetie? Watson, unless anything else comes on in, I'll say after you we're done. Okay, if we have anything from Susan or somebody else, it's all good. Otherwise, we shall end after, sweetie. Generally speaking, what you truly need to know at this moment is about finding that light, finding the balance into your life and moving forward. That's what you need to do, basically, all over the place. Maybe into the general, or may it be into your love life. Love life, there's been a lot of stagnancy, waiting, expecting on both sides, but schedules not fitting and everything, and certain mishaps that have given what has given. That being said, we kind of need to put that a little bit onto the side for the moment, because that is not where we necessarily need to go forward towards. What we really, really need to look at is your connection at this moment with yourself, with your passion and everything as such. Your connection with Yi is still the same. Your queen is still thinking about you. She does still care about you. But it is something that she needs, I guess, to put a little bit onto the back burner, because she has other preoccupations at this moment. But that doesn't mean she doesn't think about you. It doesn't mean that what she's doing is okay. And it doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do. It just means that it's where she's going and what she's decided to do. That being said, generally speaking, into your life, I feel as though you need to, I feel like you've been a little bit stuck, if you will, onto the brake. Yeah, it's like if there's a brake pad, or you're into the car and you're stepping onto the brake, because A, you might not quite know where to go, and B, you might not quite know which one could be best. But I feel like you kind of have to just no longer step onto the brake and just kind of let things go with the flow and see whatever comes towards you. If it's an abundance that you like, you take it. And if it's not, then you don't. I feel like this week you will end up having a full day. There is no doubt about it. Other than that, as for work, things will be okay. I don't see anything bad happening. I don't see anything weird happening. I feel as though things are going to be okay. There will be some melancholy a little bit along the way, but things will be okay. Are you going to be able to see E? Let's go see. Are you going to be able to see E? I do see some delays. I do see some setbacks, but I do feel as though with the Two of Wands that there is somewhat of a possibility. I will say around the end of the week, there is a possibility, but she could end up asking for a day off and she could be getting it. So for the moment, I will say a 20 to 30% chance of a yes onto a Thursday. All right. She has been thinking about the connection. She feels as though things have been happening really, really quite quickly, probably too quickly into her life. I feel like she has some sadness towards the way that some things have happened. She does have a lot of passion and a lot of desire towards you. Even if the way that things are going at this moment, it doesn't mean that she doesn't care, she doesn't want. It just means that life is a little bit kind of taking you guys onto different paths at this moment. But it doesn't take away from the fact that she can care and love and still desire you. I'm going to continue the reading in just a second. I'm just going to go and see if everything is okay into her PayPal. All right. So far, so good. So, yeah. All right. A birthday reading, where you stand and where you're going. you're standing a little bit at the edge of a certain personal transformation. You've outgrown certain patterns, people, even different type of environments that felt probably safe at some point in time. I feel like there's a subtle feeling of restlessness into your soul. I feel like you're being asked to trust into your inner voice, even when it contradicts a little bit of your comfort zone. Where you're going into the year ahead, healing and self-renewal. I feel like you're going to make peace with old wounds and finally let go of self-doubt or comparison. Alignment, but with a certain purpose. I feel like you're going to have more of a calling to do something that is more meaningful, that is more soul-driven, whether it's a creative path, a spiritual, or helping others. Also, I feel as though there is divine synchronicity. I feel like there's people and opportunities that are going to show up a little bit randomly, but they're going to feel just right. They're not coincidences. They're answers to your soul prayers. So that's where you're going. That's what you're doing. An angel message for you, my love. You are never alone, even in silence. We are walking beside you with every breath you take. This year is a divine turning point where the past finally becomes the wisdom that you stand on, not the weight you carry. Keep your heart open. Miracles, both small and life-chasing, are closer than you think. And an oracle message. You're entering a season of reclaiming your power. Step into your truth, but without apology. Old cycles are ending, and the universe is preparing the right people and places to meet you at your new frequency. Surrender control and trust the unfolding, that you are guided more than ever. And as for a final message for you, sweetie, Spirit says this year is about you coming home to yourself. No more shrinking, no more second guessing. Your angels are celebrating your growth and your courage. Walk forward with your head high. You're exactly where you need to be. And what's coming next is going to be filled with much light. I know. I know, sweetie pie. That being said, my beautiful loves, we're going to end the live for tonight. I'm wishing everybody a lovely evening, sweet dreams, and we'll see each other tomorrow at the same place and at the same time. And my dear Juanson, happy birthday again to you, my sweet love. Know that you are loved, that you are cared for beyond words. And as crazy as it seems, know that everything is happening for a crazy reason. Everything is going to make some sense, my love. We'll see each other tomorrow. Good night, my sweetie pies.